Honey, are you coming home soon? I prepared a lot of delicious dishes today. Besides, do you remember what day it is today? I've been looking forward to celebrating with you all week. I even bought some champagne and candles to make it romantic.
Hmm, I didn't know what time I would be back. I'll be late for work. But what day is today? Is it someone's birthday?
Huh? Are you kidding me? Today is our 1 year wedding anniversary, and you don't remember? How could you forget such a special day?
Oh, sorry, Bay. Work is very stressful and busy these days, so I don't remember. You understand how busy my job is, right? Uh, don't worry about me tonight. Just eat whenever you're hungry. And can we have a 1 year celebration another day? I have deadlines to meet, clients to please, bosses to impress. I probably won't be able to leave the office soon today anyway.
Okay, will do. I have something I want to talk to you about when you get home, by the way. Can you make sure you leave some time tonight for that?
Oh, yeah. I was thinking I'd probably head straight to bed as soon as I got home. It's not about my mother again, is it? Because if it is, I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, you guessed it.
Then pass. You know I can't do anything about it, whatever it is.
This is really starting to get to me, though. I still can't believe she just went and made a spare key without asking us. You need to man up and take it away from her. She has no right to do that. She's invading our privacy and our space. She's acting like she owns the place and she can do whatever she wants. You need to stand up to her and tell her that this is not okay.
If she was the kind of person who would give it to me just because I asked her, she wouldn't have made the key in the first place. Besides, it's probably better that she has it anyway in case anything ever happens.
If that was the only reason she had it, then I would have no problem. But you know that's not the case. She's going to the house while we're at work. She took a shower today and she just left the wet towel on the floor. Plus, she ate the box of chocolates that Mary gave me and left all the wrappers all over the place. She's making a mess of our house and our things.
Oh, well, that's not so terrible in the grand scheme of things, is it? It's just chocolate after all. We can live without it. I know it's annoying, but try not to blow things out of proportion.
But that's not even all. She took all the steak that I bought for dinner, and she's been wearing my clothes. She took my scarf the other day. This isn't just little stuff to me, Noah.
What do you want me to do? She's my mom. Maybe you could just be thankful that this is all you have to put up with. It could be much worse.
What?
I mean, she originally wanted to live with us, but you put your foot down. So we live separately. Sure, she's in the house a lot, but at least it isn't all the time. And by the way, I'd appreciate it if you showed me a little more. Thanks for me taking your side on that one.
Now hold on a second. I wasn't even against her living with us. I just said that if she was going to live with us, then I wanted my mom to live with us as well. It was the two of you that refused that idea.
Come on. There is no way you really would have been alright in a house with both of our mothers. It sounds like some kind of bad sitcom or reality show or something.
I think it would have been fine.
Besides, you know that my mother raised me all by herself after my father died when I was a kid. She worked so hard to take care of me. I really feel like I owe it to her now.
I know. I understand how you feel.
Then why are you so cold to her all the time? She has to live in that big old house by herself. The least you could do is let her spend some time at our place every once in a while.
But my mom is in the same position. She's been by herself since my father passed away last year. If we just let them both live with us, that will solve this whole thing.
You know, my mom isn't good with strangers. Talking with other people tires her out.
Okay, but that works both ways, doesn't it? If you and your mom consider my mom to be a stranger, then doesn't that make your mom a stranger to me?
Give me a break. You've met my mom tons of times. She's her family. Besides, your mom is fine. She's only been on her own for 1 year, and she's had a pretty cushy life so far.
Are you serious right now? How can you say something like that?
Compared to my mom, your mom has been living on Easy Street. Plus, she had her dad almost the whole time. My mom has been by herself.
Do you seriously want to compare whose mom is lonelier? My dad just died. What happened to you? Why are you always against me this year? You didn't used to be like this.
Maybe it's because you threw my mom to the wolves when we moved in here. Or maybe it's because you're always just moaning away about trivial crap. Take your pick. Either way, I've about had it.
Wow. I need you to be on my side here. Your mom doesn't listen to anything I say to her. If you don't have my back, who will?
You've got to meet her halfway. Don't blame me for any of this. Anyway, I need to get back to work. I don't have time for this pretty crap right now.
Hi, Linda. Can I have some chocolate in the fridge? I'm feeling a bit starving, and I saw that you have some delicious-looking chocolate bars in there. Can I have one, or maybe two?
Hi, Mom. Of course, you can eat it. But why are you texting me today just to ask permission to eat the chocolate in the cupboard? Normally, you always take food without asking me. Your actions surprised me, you know? Why are you suddenly being so polite and considerate today?
Oh, yeah. Are you screwing with me? I talked to Noah, and he told me about your discomfort when I use things without permission. That's why I have to text you and wait for you to agree before I dare eat a chocolate bar, even though it costs less than $5. And I'm so hungry that I could die. You must be very happy.
Mom, I don't want to make things difficult for you. I just wish you could respect me and Noah a little bit because this is my home after all. In the past, you even invited your friends over to have a party and then left a mess there. I hope you can understand because I am very tired of working at the company anyway, and if I come home and see such a mess, you will surely be as angry and upset as I am.
You're nothing more than a parrot. My memory isn't bad enough to make you repeat it over and over. Besides, it happened a few months ago, and I apologized to you, even though it was something I didn't want to do.
Okay, I won't repeat it. But are you at my house now?
Don't ask such silly questions. But honestly, my house is so full of cracks, the cold wind just blows right on in. But your place is so warm and cozy. This heated floor is really something. Thank you for letting me use your house all the time like this.
Sure thing. But I was thinking, if there's something wrong with the walls at your place, why don't we get them fixed? I think Noah and I could even help you out with something like that.
Yeah, I've thought about that too. But then I get to thinking that if I'm going to do that, then we might as well just completely remodel it and have you guys move in. The house is just too big and too old for me on my own.
I know what you mean. But completely renovating the house will be really expensive and difficult to manage, you know?
It'll be fine. Especially considering you've got so much money to spare.
What do you mean?
Don't pretend like you don't know, Linda. I couldn't believe it when I saw how much money you guys have got squirreled away.
I'm guessing you've been in the bedroom, haven't you?
I just thought I'd tidy up a bit, and then I happened across one of your bank statements while I was at it. If you guys have that much saved up, it seems pointless for you both to be working. I guess you must really love your job.
Susan, that's not really our money.
Linda, please. The bank statement has your name on it, so why not spend some of this on a nice, cozy house for the family?
Well, if that's what you want. Have you changed your mind about everyone living together? My mother included?
Unfortunately, my position on that hasn't changed. I'm too old to be living with strangers again like a college student.
Well, aren't I just as much of a stranger to you?
I can make an exception for you, my dear, seeing as you're married to my son and support me financially. So what do you say? Let's all live together.
Sorry, but I can't use that money on something like that.
What's this? Are you serious?
I'm afraid so. That money was entrusted to me by my father, and he left instructions on how to spend it. So you see, I can't just use it for whatever I want.
But your father has already passed. That's called an inheritance. Why can't you spend it?
Yes, it's an inheritance. Not only that, it's the entire estate, which means it's also for my mother. And there's no telling how long my mother will stay as healthy as she is. I need to keep that money to take care of her in case anything happens. After she passes, then I can do whatever I want with it.
I'm afraid I don't understand. As far as I understand, your mom is perfectly healthy. As long as she stays healthy, she'll never need it. So what's the harm in using it? You know, I've been thinking recently. It just seems to me that it should only be natural for a daughter-in-law to take care of her husband's mother.
Of course. I'll take it into consideration once that money is available, Susan.
But we have no idea when that might be. What happens if I go before she does? You want me to spend my final hours in that cold dump?
Like I said, I think we should be able to help you get the walls fixed up.
I'm sorry, but you've been perfectly useless to me since the day I met you. From the moment I laid eyes on you, I could tell that you were just a plain and ill-natured girl. Now, see here, you've got a perfectly good use for that money right now. I'm asking you in plain English to help me.
Please, at least talk with Noah about the walls and see what he has to say. But I can tell you right now that we absolutely can't do a full renovation.
There's no point. I already know that Noah will agree with me. I'm definitely getting my way on this one. Just you wait and see.
Noah, you need to come home right away. You need to talk some sense into your mother. She's gone crazy, Noah. She's out of control.
No can do. I'm burning the midnight oil again tonight, from the looks of it.
She sounded frustrated and angry. Noah, she's out of control. You need to help me put a stop to this. She seems dead set on renovating the house no matter what I say. She's even started negotiation with the contractor. She's not listening to anything that I say.
Sorry, I can't help you, Linda. I would prefer we renovate the house as well. I told you from the beginning that I want her to live with us. This seems like the perfect chance, if you ask me. It's a win-win situation for everyone.
If you want it so bad, then pay for the renovations yourself. Do that and I won't lift a finger to stop you.
Well, I am technical. We're married after all. What's yours is mine.
I can't believe you just said that. Noah, I told you, we can't spend that money.
It's going to become our money in the future anyway, so I don't see what the big deal is. And by the way, I just want to say again how uncool it was for you not to tell me about that money. The least you could do is use it for the family after stabbing me in the back like that.
I was going to tell you once. It was actually my money to spend. I didn't tell you before exactly so something like this wouldn't happen. Now, please talk some sense into your mother. My father left specific instructions about how that money is to be used. We can't use it.
I need to prioritize my living mother over the wishes of your dead father. Sorry. Money is better spent to improve our lives now than hoarded and doing no one any good. I'm sure your dad would want it to be put to good use.
Don't decide what my dad wouldn't or wouldn't want. He wrote down what he wanted.
Also, once the new house is finished, I'll be able to come home from work earlier too. Yeah, I think this renovation is just a ticket. It's going to be like a fresh start.
Noah, please. I told you, I have no intention of living with your mother.
What? I'm pretty sure you actually said that you weren't opposed to it.
That was providing that my mother could live with us as well. I told you. If we renovate your mother's house, how does that help my mom? Not to mention that I feel completely different about her now in light of what she's been up to. Going into the bedroom and snooping through my papers just to start. Why would I ever want to live with someone like that?
She said she was cleaning the house since you were complaining about her making a mess. Don't make out like she was purposely trying to go through your stuff.
I keep the house clean. There was no reason to go in there. There was especially no reason to go into my nightstand.
She said she saw it on accident. It's not my mother's fault that you left your bank statement out. Anyway, like I said, I'm perfectly okay with this renovation. If you want to stop her, you're going to need to do it yourself.
So nothing I can say is going to change your mind?
That's right. I think the best way forward is to just let her do the renovation. At her age, it's much better that we're all under one roof anyway. Plus, we don't have to pay the mortgage on this place anymore.
That's it. I give up.
Really? I'm glad to hear you finally seen reason.
I just give up on everything.
However you want to phrase it, I think this is for the best. I think you'll find this is going to be much easier and enjoyable for all parties involved. So please try not to be a poor sport about it.
Linda, is Noah there? I need to talk to him.
Noah? Why are you asking me? I'm not Noah's nanny, so I, of course, don't know where he is. He is your favorite son. You must be the one who knows better than anyone.
Noah hasn't answered any of my calls or texts since morning. I'm starting to get a bit worried. You know, I've been staying in an apartment until the house is ready, of course. There are so many things that I need here. Noah was supposed to take me shopping.
Is that right? Well, if I happen to see him, I'll let him know.
What do you mean if you happen to see him? You live together, don't you? Oh, and another thing. Hurry up and get that money together. They're almost done tearing everything down, and they're not going to start building until we pay in full.
Noah and I are getting divorced, so if you need money, you better talk to your son about it. I'm not paying.
Divorced? What are you talking about?
I filed the paperwork a few weeks ago. And maybe you couldn't call him because he was with some pretty young lady. He's scum. He had numerous mistresses, and I had all the proof of his cheating. Therefore, the divorce process between us will be easier than ever.
No way. I can't believe Noah would do something like that. The Noah I know is a gentleman, educated, and extremely loyal. How can he be adulterous? You're making this up, right?
Well, he did. He's been acting strange all year. When I finally caught him, he spilled his guts pretty quickly. Anyway, his girlfriend seems like just your type, young and docile. Isn't that great for you? I hope she takes good care of you.
Even if he wasn't faithful, is that really a good enough reason to just up and get divorced? Are you really going to throw away your marriage so easily?
There was nothing easy about it. I've been anxious all year because he's been so distant, and I didn't know why. It was terrible, and I don't know how many times I asked for help with talking to you about the whole renovation situation, but he wouldn't even try to listen to me or talk things over. He just kept saying that I was the one in the wrong. Once I found out that he was cheating, I just gave up entirely. There was really no reason to hang on to a cheating husband who won't even stick up for his wife.
Let's not be hasty. You also have to think about the house. What's going to happen to it?
Don't know. Don't care. It's got nothing to do with me anymore.
But we only did the renovation because we knew you had that money from your father. What are we supposed to do if you aren't there to pay for it? They've almost torn out the entire interior.
I don't remember ever agreeing to a renovation in the first place. You once made all of these plans on your own.
What about Noah? If you've only just filled the paperwork, does that mean he's still with you for now?
It's none of my business where he is anymore. If I had to guess, he's probably run off to his girlfriend's house, depressed about his incoming financial ruin.
What about the house? Did he say anything about the house?
He said that once the house was finished, he was planning on leaving me. He's been planning on that from the beginning.
Not about that. About the money. What did he say about the money?
I don't think he mentioned it. Anyway, it all worked out in the end. Noah should have enough money to cover the contractor costs so far. And you must have some savings, right?
Of course, but that's for hospital bills and whatnot when I'm older. Hey, Linda, what am I supposed to do if the house doesn't get built? Do I just keep living in this crummy apartment forever?
Why don't you move into our old place? Now that I'm gone, there's no one to stop you.
But I like my neighborhood. And we're so close. They just need to finish the renovation. Don't you have to split all your money when you get divorced? Even if there is proof that Noah cheated, it still gets split, right?
You're not wrong, unfortunately.
So that means that Noah will get half of the money. In that case, there's no problem then. We can finish the house. Oh, that's quite a load off. Not only do we get a newly renovated house for nothing, we get rid of the bratty wife as well. Today is turning out to be quite a good day.
I've got to hand it to you, Susan. You're quite the optimist, but fortunately for me, inheritance don't get split in divorce.
What? What do you mean?
I mean, neither you nor your son will be getting your grubby hands on my father's inheritance. Inheritance is not considered part of the marriage property, although apparently there have been some cases where it does get split once it's taken out of the inheritance account for spending. But rest assured, I've got it properly portioned off as inheritance, so it's safe.
So you're saying he won't get any of it? Does that mean we can't finish the renovation?
Not a dime. You'll have to talk to your son about the house. If you really put your mind to it and believe in your dreams, you can do anything. Or something like that. Like I said, it's got nothing to do with me anymore.
Don't be so cold, Linda. We used to be family. I always thought of you as my daughter.
Is that right?
Of course! What else do you want me to say? I think it's terrible what Noah did to you. I can't believe he would cheat on you. But that's between the two of you. Surely you have some lingering affection for me as your mother-in-law, despite what he did. Isn't there some part of you that really wants to help me out of this financial pickle?
If there is some part of me that wants to help you, I seem to have misplaced it. Sorry. And while Noah certainly was terrible, it was you that took it upon yourself to make a spare key to my house and treat it like your personal day spa. And it was you who went nosing through my stuff while I was at work and stole things out of my fridge. Now tell me why I would want to help out someone like that.
I was just keeping watch over the house during the day while you were both away.
Oh, is that right? You were there helping us out. It wasn't because your house was a little drafty.
Linda, I'm begging you. I'm really in trouble here. We only started the renovation because we knew you had the money to cover it.
Then I guess you could say this whole situation is your fault for rifling through my private documents. I think my father must have seen right through you. He must have guessed something like this would happen when he was writing his will. It's a good thing I followed his will to the letter.
I don't care about what your father guessed or didn't guess. What is going to happen to me? Noah still hasn't messaged me back.
Not that I care, but I guess Noah is trying to get back on his girlfriend's good side. From what I understand, she was pretty upset when she found out he was married. But just so you know, a little bird told me that your precious Noah was actually planning on pushing you into a nursing home. I guess he didn't want you to make his girlfriend's life a living hell the way you did mine.
Noah was going to do what? I don't believe you. Who told you that?
Believe whatever you want. Doesn't matter to me, but if I were you, I'd think very carefully about my future. Anyway, I've got some stuff to take care of at home.
Hold on, Linda. Please don't abandon me. I promise I'll make it up to you someday. If Noah really does try to kick me out, can I live with you? You're living with your mother, right? I promise I'll help her out around the house, and we'll be firm friends.
Pass. You know, my mom isn't a college student anymore. Why should she have to live with some stranger, especially one as useless as you?
I promise I'll be helpful. I'll help you guys out in every way possible.
Susan, please, just stop. This is embarrassing. You've brought me nothing but trouble since the first day I met you. I have absolutely no reason to help you out. You're ill-mannered, you don't listen, and you're poor. You bring absolutely nothing to the table. After the divorce, Noah had to pay alimony, and I got 60% of our assets. He confessed to cheating on me, so the judge was on my side. They couldn't finish Susan's house, so Noah and his girlfriend moved into our old one. Susan hated that and made their lives miserable with her nagging and meddling. She was always there, snooping around and complaining about everything. Their relationship suffered from financial and emotional distress. Susan gloated to me about the breakup, but I didn't care. I was done with them. I'm changing my number soon, so she can't bother me anymore. My mom and I moved to a new place for seniors. It's cozy and comfortable, and we have a nice view of the park. I'm glad she's not alone. She's been through a lot, and she deserves some peace. Thanks to my dad's inheritance, we're secure for the future. He left us a generous amount of money, which I invested wisely. I'm still working hard and grateful for his gift. He always wanted me to be happy and independent. I want my mom to be happy with me, too. She's my best friend and my biggest supporter.